African Americans are dying from COVID-19 at 3 times the rate of white people, and pollution is making it worse. That's partly because the fossil fuel industry has a long history of putting their facilities in African American communities. One of its most successful tactics? Throw money at them. Look at Union Hill, a Virginian community founded by freed black slaves after the Civil War. For years, it had fought a natural gas pipeline being built in the area. But then, the local chapter of the NAACP sent shockwaves by accepting a $50,000 donation from Dominion Energy, the very same company building the pipeline. The NAACP is a venerated civil rights organization that fights for equality and an end to race-based discrimination. But why would the NAACP go against its interests? Repeatedly, dirty energy companies use money to weaken communities' resistance to projects that would burden those same residents. In North Carolina, Duke Energy encouraged African American community leaders to say, "Solar hurts the poor." In reality, solar would have reduced the amount of dangerous air pollution in communities of color. And it's happening all over the country. These energy companies also use other tactics, like denying the harm polluting facilities cause to people, exaggerating the promise of job creation, specifically targeting communities of color to build their polluting facilities. As a result, some NAACP chapters have promoted energy company interests to government and repeated their talking points. Generations of black families have lost opportunities due to slavery and ongoing discrimination. As a result, African Americans own approximately 1/10 of the wealth of white Americans. A lack of money makes it harder to refuse money, even from dirty energy. The energy companies know this. But the NAACP is seeing energy as a civil rights issue, and it is now fighting back against fossil fuel influence. The national group released a report for its local members detailing the top manipulative tactics of fossil fuels. The goal was to make sure everyone knew how the energy industry would entice chapters to act against their community's interests. Black and Latinx communities are more likely to have polluting power plants in their neighborhoods, have higher rates of diseases like asthma, and be less likely to adapt to climate change. African American and Latinx persons are most likely to breathe toxic air and least likely to produce it in the first place. But despite this, they've been manipulated to promote the companies creating those problems. The good news is, Union Hill, the historic community founded by freed slaves that I spoke of at the beginning of this video, won their fight against Dominion Energy. And the NAACP is making sure it's the first success story of many. Greed may have no ethical boundaries, but communities can learn how to best fight back.